Okay, June 23rd, 2016. I'm at my food plot, and earlier this year some friends of mine came out and we cut down a whole bunch of trees that were hanging over this food plot, kind of blocking out the sun. So what I'm going to do today is nub off these stumps, cut them close to the ground so I can get in here with a rake and work around really well. And hopefully in a couple of weeks I'll be back to seed. I'll be using the same mix I used last year that I had described, and adding a little more chicory to it, because it seems to me that last year the deer liked the chicory. We're going to try to condition the soil a little better this year, and I've already put down some lime earlier, and we're going to fertilize and seed again, and we'll be keeping track of the progress that we make throughout the year, and keep you informed, and hopefully we'll have some successful growth and some successful hunting later on this fall. Okay, July 9th, 2016. Just finished tilling up this food plot with my disc plow here. After raking up quite a bit of duff off the forest floor, and probably got about 80% of it, I think. It's a bigger project than I thought. At any rate, it looks pretty good. We got a lot of soil turned over, and I'm hoping I can get some good soil contact and some plants growing here. And just a quick addendum, still July 9th, 2016, came out and plowed up my micro food plot here. Had a lot of volunteer growth from the last stuff I planted last year, plus a lot of the old wild fauna was coming back, so I decided to just plow it up and plant all over again. So we'll see what happens. Well, it's July 28th. It has been a dry year. We have had no rain since I put seed in the ground here, and now it's been, I've lost track of the days, but at least 2 weeks. It just finished raining, and this is the first time it's rained in at least 14 days. So it did rain just prior to my putting the seeds in, here and there. If you look very closely, I don't think the camera can even see them. There are these little bipedals coming up, but I'm not sure if that's the seed or just some wild stuff. So hopefully this rain will start some seed germinating. So not much to report. I'm going to check my game cameras and see if there's been any game in here. I have a few pictures that I'll include. And quickly again, at micro food plot, pretty much the same situation, but kind of understandable. I planted later this year during the dry season. It's kind of been extra dry this year, so I'm really hoping that when the rain picks up that we'll get some growth in here. Just going to have to wait and see. I'll be checking my cameras and seeing if there's anything in here as well, and I'll post those right after this video. Bye-bye. Okay, August 14th, folks, and it's been a couple weeks since I've been here, and you can see, but there is a little bit of growth that's coming up, in spite of the fact that we have had virtually no rain in like 4 weeks, and this is one of the driest years that I've ever encountered here in 10 years. I even have a pond next door that's never been without water, that's virtually dry right now, just a little puddle left. So give you an idea that there's some serious lack of rain, and I attribute that to why I have a serious lack of growth on this plot. So when I bought a bag of Antler King clover mix, and I said, well, I'm going to overseed this just to hedge my bets to see if I can get some more growth going in here. Just in case a lot of the seed didn't survive this planting. I suspect it's possible that a lot of it did germinate, but then it didn't get rain for 2 weeks, so it eventually just dried up and died. So what's growing now is probably some of the later bloomers, or just the more hardy ones that survived. So that's the way it is. It's getting late in the season, not much more to do, I guess, except hope for the best again. Just a quickie here, folks. I'm on my way back from the microfood plot, and I just thought I'd include some footage of my trail back here. The food plot's not that far away, probably a couple tenths of a mile. But coming back to my camp that I built, just thought maybe you'd like to see it. So here we go. September 3rd, 2016, here at the food plot. As you can see, we got a little more growth here. I did overseed a couple, 3 weeks ago, and I think some of the taller stuff, the bigger chicory there, is from the original, but there's a lot of little green stuff coming up. So that's kind of encouraging, although it is September, so the growing season isn't very much longer. But just looking around, I see some signs of deer, and we do have some video capture. I haven't looked at it yet, but I'll be showing that to you. So, you know, this is the most growth that we've seen all year so far. This taller stuff that you see is actually some of the wild stuff that comes back up. Always does better here. So I'm kind of encouraged. I'm hoping that we'll continue to see those buck that we were seeing here. I can see right here, they're very thick little growth, so I think that overseed really took. I just don't know if it has enough time to mature. At my microfood plot, and as you can see, got a little more growth here. Everything's pretty small. It looks like a lot of this is that recent seeding that I did, the overseeding. I think the earlier seeding probably died off. It might have germinated and then just died off for lack of water. We've had a little more rain out here recently, so this seems to be doing okay. I have no idea if it's going to attract any deer or not, but we do have some videos on the camera, so we'll be taking a look at those to see. I'll be showing you those to you later. Thanks. Okay, September 16th, and here at the food plot. Don't see a lot of difference in over the past couple of weeks of growth, except this particular spot seems to favor the chicory. Do see a lot of clover and some little Persis forb in the background. The clover probably being from that overseed that I put on a few weeks ago. Just about everywhere out here where the sun hits it the most, it's doing a little better. So I think those of you who suggested I open it up to the sun were correct. Sure wish I could get something to grow a little taller in here though, but you know, I'm thinking that this area was never a spot that had a lot of green growth in the woods where my microfood plot is. It was actually pretty grassy right there, so over the years I think the organics built up a little better, but here it's still pretty poor. So I'm just going to keep plugging away at it year after year, I guess, as long as I can, and hopefully we'll have some success here. There's a little more feed here to attract deer than there was last year at this time, so that's kind of encouraging. So we'll see how it goes. September 16th at my microfood plot. You can see that the seed that I planted there is growing. I see some chicory getting bigger, and this is probably as good as it's going to get this year. September 16th. Not too many more growing days left in the fall. So we're just going to take a look at the camera and see if there's any new activity here. Hopefully there's enough to, lots of clover coming up, boy, mostly clover. And don't see a lot of chicory. There is some in here as well, but hopefully it'll be enough to attract some deer. I got my ladder stand all set up there for October 15th, the beginning of muzzleload season. Alrighty, it's dusk, so I'm at my micro food plot, kind of in the woods behind it. Just put an arrow right through a spike horn, I believe. He went down over here. Let's go take a look. Unbelievable. Have not been seeing deer at all in this food plot. My last day hunting here in New York. I have to go back to work tomorrow. And he walks out. Yep, I can see him. Won't be a Bowman Crockett, but he'll put food in the freezer anyway. Well, actually, I think he's more than a spike. No, he's just a spike. Yep. Second successful deer hunt on my micro food plot. I just cannot believe it. Alrighty. Thanks for watching.